welcome to my channel, A Tinge of Ginge. My name is Jamie Smith, and this is going to be the first video that I'm actually putting up on YouTube. And the whole idea of this YouTube channel for me is just to get out there what I actually do in my life. There's so many things I enjoy doing and creating and things like that. And so what I want to do with this channel is just to show you that even if you work full-time like I do and you've got other commitments and things like that, you can still manage to do the things that you want to do without having to worry about not having enough time and things like that. So what I want to basically show you today to begin with is one of my hobbies, which is my ball python. So you can see in the background, a lot of people will recognise that. I'm going to be showing you my ball python collection. So I'm just going to show you a small section of it because I do have another rack over here and I've got a rack here as well. But for today, I'm just going to take you through my ball python hatchlings, what I've got, and maybe I'll give you a little update on what the rack is as well. So I'm going to jump into some babies now of what I've hatched and what I've bought this year, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first one I want to show you is my leopard pastel Mojave 100% het albino female. Now, she's absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if she's a super pastel or not. She's got quite a lot of blushed out colours, the head's blushed out, and a lot of I actually hatched out 2 leopard pastel Mojaves, and the other one that I had was a lot darker than this girl. This one seems to be a lot more blushed out on the dorsal stripe, the head's a lot more blushed out, so I'm not entirely sure if this is a super pastel or not. The albino that she came from was sold to me as just a straight albino, so I mean, if she is a pastel albino, that would be great, but I'm not too sure, so I kept this girl back just because I've got a few plans for her in the future. But yeah, this is one of the ones I really enjoyed hatching. When it came out of the egg, it looked absolutely stunning. So this is my pastel blackhead het hypo. I'm really looking forward to making some new combos with this guy. You can see he's got a little bit of stuck shed there, but that's fine. I'm going to give him a soak once he's eaten. But yeah, I've got a lot of plans for him. I've wanted to get into the blackhead gene for a long time now, and I've just never managed to do it. So to finally get hold of this animal and be able to put it into a few projects is going to be really exciting for me. I can't wait to get him into a few girls. And the reason I liked him so much, because even though he's a pastel, he's still very dark. You see around the alien heads and on the actual head himself, he's still very dark. So I'm trying to get him into some darker genes, and I want to try and make the darkest animal I can as possible. So I'm going to put him into some GHI, some cinnamon stuff, maybe get some leopard into it as well, and then just see where that will take me. So this is a guy I've produced myself. So this is a Mojave. He's gonna come out and strike at me. I think he's very feisty, this little guy. But this is a leopard Mojave that I believe, anyway. I mean, it's definitely Mojave, and the reason that makes me think he's leopard is always going to try and strike at the camera because he wants to be fed. But the reason that makes me think he is leopard is because of the colours of him. He's a very dark animal, for one. I'm just trying to move him out of the way before he eats me. But yeah, he's a very dark animal, and I think for a Mojave, I don't think they are normally that dark from what I've seen. So I just think he's a low expression leopard, but he's 100% het albino. And the whole idea of producing him was that I really want to try and make some cherry bomb stuff. I'm going to try and put him back before he eats me. I'm really interested in making the super Mojave albino stuff. So I do have an albino Mojave female, so that's what he's going to be plugged into. And hopefully I can make some cherry bombs with him. So this is a banana inchy pin that I've produced myself. And I was really happy when I produced this guy. The colours on him are absolutely amazing. You can't really pick on camera, and that's one of the things I hate about showing my ball pythons on camera. You can't see the colours, so what they really are. You can see on the back there it kind of looks a little bit brown, but in real life that's literally like a purpley lilac colour. And on his head as well, if you look on his head, you can see that he's got some sort of white faded patches, and again that's just the pure lavender on top of him. And he's super yellow. He's got some amazing oranges down his flanks, and yeah, it's a shame you can't really see it on the camera. You have to sort of take my word for it, but again, he's an absolutely amazing animal, and I've got some decent plans for him lined up just to try and bring out that purple colour and try and make the yellow a little bit more orange as well without having to use Orange Dream. So I've got a few plans for this guy lined up, which I'm really excited about. So this is a little girl that I produced recently, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, you could have just gone out and bought that, but for me it's not really about buying the animal as such. I want to make them myself. So this is a little GHI Mojave female. and I've wanted GH armour for ages. As soon as I saw one, I was like, I need to buy one of those. But for me, I could go out and buy a 3-4 gene animal if I wanted to, but it's just not the same. I want to produce my own animals, I want to know where they've come from, and I want to be able to pick the best of what I produce. And that's why a lot of my morphs I've got at the minute are just base morphs, because I wanted to start from the beginning. I'm not in a rush really, because I'm doing it just for me. So this is my little GH armour Harvey. She's absolutely stunning. She's really nice contrast. You can see she's really dark on the sides, and she's got a nice contrasting pattern on the top. A little bit of shed stuck there, but that's not a problem. But this is how I like my GH armour Harveys. I've got another, managed to hatch 3 of these. So this is my other female GH armour Harvey, and you can see straight away she's got a lot more blushing on the sides. She's very dark on the top, which is great because the father that she came from, he's a very, very dark animal anyway. But I really like the contrasting colours, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying to add in these into a few different other morphs, just to try and get that blushing on the side down and make it even darker, and try and get the top of that even more vibrant. Okay, so this is an animal that I've recently bought. So this is a black pastel mahogany. Now this is sort of going into the plans that I want to go down the dark animal route. She is a female, so obviously I've got to wait a couple of years before she is ready to breed, but I've got a few plans in the pipeline. I do have a male mahogany as well in my collection who's going to be breeding very soon, so I've got a few plans lined up for her in the future. And that's just because I want to make some really, really dark animals without having to use the supers, so without using super cinnamons or black pastels and things like that. I want to try and get a few more morphs into these animals, just to try and darken them down, and then maybe put them into some recessive, just to see where it goes, you know. I'm sort of an in-between sort of person. I like the dark stuff, but I like the really bright stuff as well, but I'm all about the contrasting colours. So with this girl, you can see she is black pastel, and I think she's just going into shed now, so she's not as crisp as what she normally is, but the side pattern on her is just absolutely ridiculous, and she's nice and dark on top as well, which is exactly what I like. This is an animal I produced as well. I'm very, very happy about this guy. So I believe him to be a banana cinnamon pastel pinstripe. The reason I say it's got all 4 genes is because I actually hatched 2 of these, and they looked identical in the egg. And you can see on the top there, the dorsal line, it's very pronounced. It's got a lot of blushing on the sides, and you can see the head's quite blushed out as well, and that's what makes me think it's got pastel. If I show you the other one I hatched that doesn't have pastel, well, I don't think it has pastel, is this guy. So you can see he's a lot more, but you can't really see because the light is terrible, but you can see he's a lot more orange. He doesn't have that pattern down the dorsal. His head's not as blushed, the sides aren't as blushed out, so that's what makes me think this guy doesn't have pastel in him. So I kept him back anyway, just want to grow him up and see, but he probably will be for sale if the other one proves out to be pastel. But yeah, this is one I'm looking forward to plugging into a few girls, just to try, again, I want to try and make this animal as orange as possible without having to use Orange Dream and anything like that. So I'm hoping that this is going to hold the key. Once I put this to my inchy female, that I'm going to get some super orange stuff. Okay, so that's basically my holdback stuff that I've produced myself and I've created, and there's a few more there that I have produced, but there's just nothing that I'm excited about as I'm with them animals. They're the ones that are really pushing me forward to get the stuff that I want to make. I'm in this hobby just because I enjoy it and I like making my own stuff. I'm not following what everybody else does. I've got to make the best morph out there. For me, I'm making the stuff that I like the look of, and I'm just collecting the stuff that I want in my own collection basically. So everything that I make out of this hobby, it just goes straight back into it. If I sell a couple of snakes, then I'll put that money straight back into buying another snake, or the food, or the bedding, or the electrics. So everything that I make just gets reinvested into the hobby, and I think that's what it should be about. I know people try and make a living off of this, but for me it's just about enjoying it and doing it for the passion of the animals and creating what I want to create. So that's some of the stuff that I've got held back. I'm going to show you a couple of bits I've got for sale. Again, it's nothing spectacular, as obviously I've held back the best that I can. I've sold quite a few animals as well, so this is just some of the other stuff that I've got left. And if you are interested in anything that you see, then I am on Morph Market. You can find me under a Tinge Ginge. I think I'm right at the top of the list if you search through all the different people. And so yeah, you can have a look on there. I've got 11 or 12 animals on there, so feel free to have a look and drop me a message. So one of the first things I've got on my morph market is this banana wrenchy. Again, I think this animal is absolutely stunning. You can see on him the purples are really nice, the contrast on it is really nice, the yellows are absolutely amazing, and I would keep this snake because it looks so amazing, but I don't actually need it because I've obviously got the banana wrenchy pin, and that's going to do all the things I want to do. I know I can always produce these as well, so future down the line, if I ever want to try and produce one of these, then I know that I've got that chance of doing it. But for me, I want to try and produce stuff that's a little bit more exciting than just this. Even though this is an absolute stunning animal and it's going to do great work, it can be put to all sorts of things to make it even better, but for me, I don't need it just yet. So maybe in the future I'll keep one of these back, but for now this one's going to be for sale. So this is one that I'm actually not too happy about selling because I think this one is absolutely stunning, and I don't need him really, because I don't really have any plans for him, but I don't want to just keep him here just for the sake of it. So this is a leopard pastel, 100% het albino. This come out of the whole pairing from where I was trying to make that cherry bomb. And you can from here, I mean, on the camera it looks pretty decent, but in real life he's absolutely amazing. He's got gorgeous colours down the sides. He's actually very yellow, and on the back he's got amazing blushing. The head's nicely blushed out, and yeah, it is a shame that I have to sell this guy, but unfortunately I don't need him. He's not needed for my plans as such. I mean, again, I know I can produce these further down the line. Whether they're going to be just as nice as him, I don't know, but for now I don't need him. So this guy's up on morph market as well, and I am gutted to sell him, but it's just one of those things, you can't keep everything at the end of the day, and everyone that breeds ball pythons knows you can't hold everything back as much as you want to. So this is another one of those situations where I think she's absolutely stunning. So this is my cinnamon pastel pinstripe, and when I first saw hatched her out, I thought she looked axanthic. She was literally silver and grey, and she looked absolutely amazing. Now she's gotten a bit more size than her, she has sort of browned out a little bit. But again, this is one of the things that I really didn't want to sell her on, because I think she's stunning and she's such a good feeder. She literally absolutely demolishes anything I put in there. And it's quite nice because she's literally just come out of shed as well, so you can see how stunning the pattern is on her. And yeah, again, it's a shame that I've got her up for sale. I mean, if she doesn't sell, she doesn't sell. I'm not going to complain about keeping her any longer. Okay, so this animal might not be exciting to a lot of people, but to me, I thought it's just shed as well, which is amazing. So this is just a normal ball python. It's not a het or anything like that. It's literally just a normal. But this is probably one of the nicest normals I've ever seen. The colours on it are just absolutely amazing. It's like sort of golden on the top and then the orange on the side. It's absolutely stunning for a normal. And again, it makes me think I'd love to keep this animal, but again, I don't have any need for her, you know. I mean, she is a female. It's always good to hold back some normal females, because if you ever have any morphs you're not too sure of, then it's always good for proving out morphs. But again, I don't need her because I've still got animals in my collection that I can do that with. But for me, she's probably one of the nicest normals I've actually seen, and she is up for sale. She's only cheap, and she'd make a great pet for anybody that wants to get into the hobby. This is going to be the last one I'm going to show you. I've got a few more that are up for sale, but I don't want to make this video too long. So this is just a normal GHI, and for me, I think my line of GHI is absolutely amazing. I believe this girl's she's literally just going into shed. Her eyes are starting to blue out and she's starting to fade a little bit, but literally when they shed and they come out of shed, they are jet black. And the contrast between the colours on them are absolutely fantastic. The dad that I bought for these guys came from is absolutely stunning. He's a super dark animal, and if you saw him, you'd probably think he was a super GHI. He's just so dark, but this girl is absolutely stunning. The gold on the back and then the blushing down the sides, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so that's just a few of the baby ball python hatchlings that I've got in this rack. This is a rack of 40 tubs, and I think I've got I've got 4 tubs that are empty. About a third of them are ones that I'm holding back and keeping, and the rest are going to be the ones I'm going to be selling and moving on. I am open to trades as well, so if you have got anything that you wanted to trade for one of these animals that you've seen, if you are interested, then send me a message. I'm on Wolf Market. See something that you like, send me a message through that way. What I'm going to quickly do now is I'm just going to quickly talk to you about the tubs that I have behind me, where I've got them from, and I'll give you a little brief overview of what I've done with them just to make them suitable for ball pythons. But I'll go into a proper, more detailed view of these in a later video, and then once I've shown you this rack, I can then move my over to my adult female rack and my adult male rack as well. So we're going to quickly jump into these. So I'll go into detail a little bit more about this rack in another video, just when I break the video down, but you can see these tubs are absolutely perfect. They're literally just like storage tubs. I think I've got a little bit of a storage tub fetish, to be honest. Every time I go into a shop and I see all plastic tubs and containers and things like that, for some reason I've got to have a look, and I have a little wonder of what I can do with them. How can I change them to sort of match what I want for my ball pythons and things like that. But these tubs I found here are absolutely amazing. I've had to modify them slightly just so that they work to how I want them to be, just to stop them escaping and just to make them a little bit easier. As you can see, it's very colourful. I've got my own little peg system going on, and again I'll go through that in another video, but I just wanted to show you the setup I've got for my ball pythons. You can see I've got a heat mat just there, and that one heat mat goes all the way from the top to the bottom, runs these two columns, and then behind this one there's another heat mat that does these two columns. So it's a very efficient way. All the animals are happy, they're all healthy, they're all eating. And you can see I do keep them on the on cocoa chips. I was going to say Repta chip, but I will be getting Repta chips shortly. But for now, that's literally just a cheap cocoa fibre that I've got off of Amazon, and that seems to be doing the trick. And they're all happy, they're all feeding really well. So that's basically just an overview of part of my ball python collection. This is going to be the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be setting up some other social medias for my Tinder Gins channel. I'm going to get on the Instagram, and hopefully I'll be able to put a lot more on Instagram as well if you can't get onto the YouTube at some point. So really just want to say thank you for watching. Please be nice to me. It is my first video I'm putting up. I'm going to try and edit this as best I can and try and give you the best sort of overview of everything rather than it being too boring and things like that. So I appreciate you viewing, and I'll see you next time. He's always going to try and strike at the camera because he wants to be fed.